right, so here we have Tamir. He is playing a 58-card Phantom Knight deck because I guess he's too broke to play 60 after we see what rarities he's playing. More often than not, he goes undefeated or either wins, so let's go ahead and take a look at his deck. Is there anything you want to say before we get into it?
No.
Alright, let's go ahead and show these people your cards.
Alright, so play 3 Tour Guide. It's the main starter of the deck. Full combo off with just this one card.
Alright.
3 Torn Scale, second best extender of the deck. But dependent on, if I open up with either Tour Guide or Torn Scale, dependent on what I'm playing against, I'll most likely go with the Torn Scale first, because if this gets negated, then you're most likely going to stop there.
And that pitch is for cost, so you would still get the pitch, right?
Yeah, so if this with you discard a Phantom Knight unit, if they negate this, you just, whatever you Phantom Knight you discarded, just continue playing.
Okay.
Then we play the 3 Boots, Phantom Knight Extender, and Trap Searcher. 2 Cloak.
Why don't you play a third? Is it just bricky, or?
Yeah, it's kind of bricky, I mean, because it's I don't know. I just think the ratio is better at 2. I mean, I tried it at 3 in the past before, a long time ago, and I just found 2 was the better ratio.
Okay.
1 Ragged Gloves. It's good at 1. I mean, some people play it at 2, but I think it's good at 1. It's puts any of your Phantom Knight cards in the graveyard if you need a trap to keep extending with your Phantom Knights.
Okay.
Let's see, Stain Greaves is actually pretty good. Only played at 1. Another extender, or if he's in grave, you have Phantom Knights in your hand, you can continue extending. Then I do play 4 Burning Abyss monsters. Most people just play these 3, but the reason why I also play Farfa, whenever, like a lot of times when I play against decks that play like Winda, it's just another out to get rid of the Winda.
Okay, so it's mostly just the Winda out.
It's one of the Winda. For the most part, yes. Or also if I have it, let's say in hand, and I have like Dragoon on the field, even if Dragoon is negated, you can actually discard this for, let's say the Droplets or Dark Ruler, you have Dragoon out on the field, you can still discard this for cost and interrupt your opponent still.
Okay, that's actually a really cool interaction.
Then we do play 3 different dangers. Most people play just these 2, but I like this because also with it's a good discard, or another good discard with Torn Scales, because it'll still get the effect you can search out one of these guys.
Is there any reason you didn't bump the Nessie back up to 2?
I was playing it at 2, but I honestly don't even like that I'm playing 58 cards and I just made that cut. Maybe if these were up more, I'd probably definitely play these higher. But Nessie, it's just it's a good discard target for Torn Scales, and you can extend and go into Dragoon if you don't have any other plays.
Okay.
I do play the 1 Speedwar Terratop. I do not play Takatomborg just because it's a brick if you draw it, and you have to go into either Appaloosa or into Leviair Dragon to summon out the Takatomborg if you open it in your hand. So this is just another good extender. It doesn't use up your normal summon. You can just special summon it for free.
Okay.
I do play 2 Kagamucha Knight, chain blocks for your tour guide, and it's another extender to keep your combos coming. I play 3 Tracker and 1 Psychic Wheeler, just more extenders in case, let's say you normal summon tour guide, they negate any of your plays, you still have extenders to keep going.
Okay.
Hand traps, I do play 3 Ash, I do play 1 Nibiru, 1 Effect Veiler. Now the main reasons I threw these guys in was because I do also play Crossout Designator, so this is just another target for the Crossout Designators.
Okay.
And then I do also play an Imperm, but we'll get to that in the trap section there. And I do play the Dragoon package, so these are going to be the last 2 monsters I play in the deck. Now for spells, I do play 3 Pot of Prosperity.
And this is why he can only afford 58 cards?
Pot of Prosperity, just draw cards to help extend, or if I'm going second, dig deeper to get to Droplets or something to help out the board. I do play 3 Droplets, self-explanatory. And I do play 3 Crossout Designator, which is the part of the reason why I play 1 of each of the hand traps I showed you guys earlier.
So what do you think about the people that are saying Crossout's a bad card?
Me personally, I mean, I'm just testing it right now. Personally, I actually like it. A lot of times when people drop that are either main decking or side deck Nibiru, drop this, I get to continue playing. Or if they side deck, Lancia, I'll side in one of my Lancias if I'm going first, just so I can negate their Lancia.
Okay.
And I get to continue playing. 2 emergency teleport, just more extenders for the psychic monsters, the Tracker and Wheeler. 1 instant fusion, 1 ready fusion, just even more extenders.
You don't want to play more copies of Ready Fusion just to see it? I mean, you are playing 58 cards.
I mean, I play a lot of extenders already. I actually kind of like it. Just one. I was playing 3 ready fusion, and a lot of times if I drew multiples, it was just kind of dead. The only reason I even play the instant fusion is because I mean they both do the exact same thing.
Okay.
And it's in case one gets negated, you can still play the other one, I guess. Ready fusion for the Dragoon. Rhoda, because it searches all of your Phantom Knights, and it also searches Kagamucha Knight, so if you want a chain block for your tour guide, you can search the Kagamucha Knight.
Okay.
1 triple tactics talents. I was actually going to, I took 1 out earlier, I had 2 in the deck, but I only kept the 1 in as another, I mean if I draw it then it's good, but if I, the cross out designator, let's say I use my Dragoon effect and they try to take my Dragoon, I can use cross out designator to get rid of the triple tactics talent.
Okay.
1 Harpy's Feather Duster for back row. Foolish Burial, just about every card in your deck that you send is an extender pretty much. Called by the Grave, another version of cross out designator, I guess. And then for traps, 3 Fog Blade. 1 Wings. Some people are not playing this, but I like it because if you have this and or Fog Blade Engrave, that's 2 special summons instead of just 1. So it's just even more extenders. Let's see. Shade Brigandine, another extender to keep going. And then if you can link off into Link Spiders, you can go into Verde Anaconda, go into Dragoon. And then Imperm, I mainly just have this in there as a cross-out designator target.
Why not bump the Imperm up by 2, putting your deck to 60, and then you can just use it?
I mean, personally, because it messes with this card right here, Shade Brigandine, because if you have traps in your graveyard, then you can't use this.
Okay.
This is mainly just for the cross-out designator target. I mean, if I draw it, then yeah, obviously you can use it, but it's mainly in there just for the cross-out designator target so I can continue playing. But it conflicts with this, which is why I only played it 1.
Okay, awesome. Let's actually take a look at the extra deck.
Alright, so I got nice extra deck. So for links, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, Verde Anaconda, Rusty Bardish, Cherubini, Link Spider, and Appaloosa for the links.
Okay.
For XYZs, Evil Swarm Nightmare. There are some times where, if let's say I don't want to, let's say every card I have in my hand I want to set to the field and I don't want to like discard off Dragoon, I might go into this instead, and it can be used twice per turn.
Okay, and does the Book of Moon actually come up that often in this format?
It actually has a couple of times, especially also when I play against Virtual World. I mean, yeah, you can either go into Dragoon, but there's a lot of times where I run into the situation where like a lot of the cards in my hand, like I just want to set them, so I might just go into this because he's not a once per turn, and I usually have Appaloosa already on board, so it's just more interruption. Let's see, playing 2 Breaksword. 1 Raiders Knight. Now, the reason why I play this guy is because Breaksword is not a hard once per turn. So if I just need to like get rid of like multiple cards on the field, like Breaksword will bring your guys back at level 4. So you go into this guy, and then you can rank down to go into your second Breaksword, and then pop another card on the field, and then the Graveyard effect will still activate again to bring back your 2 Phantom Knight monsters, and then you can link off into Verde Anaconda. And then you can pop 2 more monsters with Dragoon, and then usually attack for game at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of insane.
A lot of people are not even playing that card, but I actually have run into that situation a lot, so I like it. 1 Levier. Main reason I play this card is because when you do your Appaloosa combo, if you don't go into this, your Torn Scales will end up getting banished, but this will just keep it in your grave, so for a follow-up play for the next turn. Then I do play 1 Downward Magician, because I do play Zeus. So this just makes it to where if I ever go into Zeus, I can use it twice in a turn. Usually when I summon Break Sword, attack over something, go into this. It's 4 materials because they didn't use the Break Sword effect, and then you go into Zeus. Then this is the instant and ready fusion target. And then the Dragoon.
Alright, and then quickly, if you want to show everybody your side deck real quick, you don't have to go into too much detail, but just show them what you're playing.
Sure, so side deck I am playing an Abyss Dweller. There's a combo that you can do with just Rusty by himself can get you this. So you'll use Rusty, set the Shade Brigadine, and then you'll send Cloak. Cloak will search you the Stained Greaves. You'll activate the Shade Brigadine, and then you'll special summon the Stained Greaves and boost his level up by 1. And then you can go into the Abyss Dweller. I only side this in if I'm going against a graveyard heavy deck.
So probably it goes in most like against Drytron, right?
Yeah, Drytron, Prank Kids, Orchid, anything that uses very heavy on the graveyard. Okay. Or the mirror match. Then 2 more Nibiru for if I'm going second.
I love you, Tamir! Best PK player! Las Vegas! All
3 Drone Lockbird. 3 Artifact Lancia. Like I said earlier, I might side in 1 if I feel like they're going to side in Lancia against me. It's another cross-up designator target. 3 Lightning Storm, more back row hate. 1 Twin Twister, and 2 Summon Limit. Almost every single time I've resolved this card, I've won. Actually, earlier today, as soon as I flipped it over, my opponent just scooped.
Yeah, it seems pretty solid. I mean, you've been playing this deck for like 5 years.
Actually, 8 years.
Well, I mean, BA, yeah, but PK wasn't out that long.
That's true.
I mean, it seems pretty good and it's working for you. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, for the most part, the deck, in my opinion, it's pretty solid. I've actually been noticing a lot of people are starting to play this deck, and now when the Burst of Destiny pack comes out here next week, I'm going to test a version with the Phoenix Enforcer and Dagda. So instead of going to Dragoon, you go into a play where you actually keep your opponent out of your extra deck.
Oh, okay, I see. So the Dagda will set the Scythe, and then Phoenix Enforcer will pop the Scythe. Yeah. Okay, that's really cool. Well, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this profile. There's definitely going to be more like it, so stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. I will see you guys next time.